Okay. Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So I think everyone can go on mute. So because I'm getting echo. Okay. So Power BI. We are going to start today Power BI batch, and some of people are here who are also joined to the data engineering. So this demo is only for the Power BI. Okay. So what is exactly Power BI? Why we are going to learn these tools? Okay. First of all, this technology doesn't require any coding. Doesn't require any coding. Does not require any coding. Okay. Second is it is a same like a Excel. It is a same like Excel, but Excel has a limitation, so that they have created the BI tool. Okay, so this BI tool is nothing but a business intelligence tool. Business intelligence tool. What is the business intelligence tools? If it is possible by Excel, then why they have bring this tool? Okay, so Excel has a very limitation. If you have a record like 1,000, 10,000 record or 1 lakh, it is then possible with the Excel. But what about if you have a records like a millions and billions record? So in that case, your Excel will not work. Okay, then you have to use the business intelligence tools. So there are different business intelligence tools available in the market. So like Power BI, right now Power BI in the market, which is the leading into the market. So there are so many opportunity on the Power BI. Before that, there was a tool that is a Tableau. Click you, click you, right? Then there was some SAP BI tool was there, Cognos. Okay, these were the tool previously. It was in the market. It was a boom. Right now, have on the top, Power BI is leading into the market. So every company are referred to go with the Power BI. But why they are going with the Power BI? Why they are not going with the other tools? Because because of the Power BI is a Microsoft tool. Power BI is a Microsoft tool. Power BI is a developed by Microsoft tool, Microsoft company. So if Microsoft are providing the Windows and other package, they also provided the Power BI supported. So Power BI desktop is a okay. We will talk about what are the different component of Power BI. First, I will tell you what is the process in the company and why people need to use the Power BI and where we will be using. Okay. So I'm going to give you one of the example, real time example, where you will clear about where how data you will be getting and what you will be doing with the Power BI. Okay, so let's start. Let's say there is a one Citibank. There is a one Citibank which is operating across the world. Which is operating across the world. So Citibank has a ATMs in every country. Citibank has a ATM in every country. So let's say this is the one ATM in the US, in the India. This is the ATM. It is in the USA, and this is the ATM. It is in the UK. Okay. If you have doing a transaction in India in this ATM, okay, this is in the India. Okay. Same thing also. If you are doing a transaction in USA, if you are in USA, okay, you will be doing a transaction. I mean, you withdraw money or deposit money through the ATM, right? So this is in the USA. Let's take this is USA, and this is for the UK location. This ATM is located in the UK. What happens when you do the transaction, when you do the withdraw money or deposit money, right? So it create a some it store the your statement entry, right? It store your transaction into the database. So where they will store the data into the database. So let's consider they have one SQL database server. Okay, they have one SQL database server available, one in the India, one in USA, and one separate in the UK. One separate in the UK. Okay, so sorry, this is a UK. Okay, this is UK. So this is a SQL database. This is the SQL database of the India, which is located in India. Same also database we have it for USA. Whatever you are doing a transaction in USA, all data stored into the USA SQL database. Okay, same like in the UK. Same like in UK. Whatever you do the transaction, whatever you do the transaction, all this data transaction will store into the database. All this transaction will get into store into the database. So every day, can you guess, in one country, just one country, every day how much transaction happen? There are millions of transaction happen in every day in one country. So it means every day the transaction, whatever the transaction happen in India, okay, the customer who go to the ATM, withdraw money or deposit money, so this transaction gets stored into the SQL database every day. It means there is a millions of record. It means there is a millions of record. So let's consider this SQL database size is up to 500 GB. SQL database size is a 500 GB. Okay. So what happens every day? It store the data into the SQL database. So we can call this data set SQL database as a data mart. We can call it as a data mart. Data mart. Okay. We will call it as a data mart. So whatever you are doing a transaction in the USA, all this transaction will get stored into the USA database, SQL USA database. So this is also 500 GB. Let's consider. Okay, and we will call it as a data mart. What is a data mart? What is a data mart? Data mart is nothing but which store the data temporarily. It means, let's say today there is a transaction happening in India. Okay, today there is a transaction happening in India is stored into the SQL database. Okay, but tomorrow again it will happen. Means yesterday there was a millions of records stored into the database. Okay, there was a millions of records stored into the database, but today again one millions of record will generate, right? So what happened the today's record? Okay, so what they will do, they will delete the records from here and added a new records, added the today's record. Then what happened the previous yesterday record? Okay, so yesterday record will be extract from here and will add to the somewhere. Okay, so that we will see. Just understand that this database are storing the day-to-day database, day-to-day transaction only. Okay, you will not see the yesterday data in this database. You would not see the yesterday data in this database, right? So what happen now? Once you get data daily in the database, what will happen? So there are the one ETL stage. There are the one staging area. There are one. There are one. Here is the staging area. In staging area, what happen? In staging area, what happen? There is a ETL process will happen. ETL process will happen. What is the ETL? It is a extract, then transform, then load. Right? So it first extract data, transform and load. Okay, ETL is nothing but a extract, transform and load. Okay, what does it mean extract? So now Citibank has a new challenge. Citibank has a new challenge that they have data. They have data available in the India database, right? USA database and UK database, right? Now they want to combine all three database. Now they want to combine all three database every day. Every day they want to combine all this database. How they will combine? They will hire one ETL developer. They will hire one ETL developer. Okay, they will hire one ETL developer. Okay, so ETL developer, what is the responsibility of the ETL developer? ETL developer will extract the data, then he will transform, then he will load. So he will use the one ETL tool. He will use the one ETL tool. which will be used to extract the data from SQL database, right? Extract data from the source. What is the source right now? Second, what is the source right now? Our source is this one. This is a source database. This is a source database, right? This is the India database, then USA database and UK database. This is a source now. So ETL developer, what he will do, he will combine, he will extract data, he will extract data from all three database. He will extract data from all three region database: USA data, India data and UK data. Okay, once he combine data, how he will combine? He will use the ETL tool. He will use the ETL tool. Using ETL tool, it is possible to combine, extract the data from the different source. Extract data from the different source. Either your data in the file or your data inside the any database. Okay, so ETL tool has a capability to extract data from the data source, database, data files. Okay, Excel file, any files or any databases. Okay, so he will extract data. So understood what is the extraction? So he will extract data. So here what happened? Extraction, right? He extract data. Now next stage is the transformation. What is the transform means, let's consider now, when you are extracting data, when you are extracting the transaction from the India, when you are extracting the transaction from USA, when you are extracting the transaction from UK, all three regions had a different currency. All three regions has a different currency. India has a INR, USA has a dollar, UK has a euro. So how, when he will combine data, he need to create a one standard currency. He need to create a one standard currency. So how he will convert? Okay, so that will be the job of the ETL developer. Once he extract data, he will transform the data. Transform means he will transform the data as per the requirement. So let's say he wanted to combine data and then create a one common currency. So what he will do, he will create a one logic inside the transformation tab. He will create a logic inside the transformation tab here. Okay, so once he do the transformation, okay, and he will prepare data. Okay, so he using a transformation, he can clean the data and he can combine, transform the data. Transformation, inside the transformation stage, what will be the process? He can clean the data, he or she. Okay, he or she can clean the data, or then he can create a logic based on the requirement. That abhi requirement, what was the requirement? So let's consider one of the example that he wanted to change the currency. Okay, all three regions currency was a different. He wanted to combine and create a one common currency. So he will create a logic for that. Okay, once prepare the data, once transform data, now data is ready. Once you transform data, now data is ready. So now he need to load data. Now he need to load data. So where he will load? So there is a one data warehouse. There is a one data warehouse will be available. A second, there will be the one data warehouse. There will be one data warehouse. So in data warehouse, data warehouse will store the historical data. Data warehouse has a capacity to store the historical data. This is a data warehouse. D DWH. Okay, this is a data warehouse. Okay, it has a capacity to store the historical data. Historical data means, suppose one day has a transaction millions. Think about, for the last 5 years, how much transaction it happened in the bank. In the last 5 years, how much transaction happened in the bank. So you can think about that, how much capacity in the data warehouse to store data. Okay, so once he extracted the data, once he extract and transform data, then data is ready to load. Data is ready to store somewhere. So then he will load data into the data warehouse. Then he will load data into the data warehouse. So what is the process? First he extract data, then he transform, then he load data. Okay, so loaded data. When he load data in data warehouse, okay, what happened? Let's say yesterday new data has come. Let's consider yesterday there are two people who did the transaction in the ATM. Who did the transaction in the ATM? He, So all these transactions store into the database. Okay, yesterday. In the same day, what ETL developer will do, he will run the job of the ETL. He will run the job of the ETL. So what is the insight in the job? He will extract data, right? He will extract data, then he will transform data, then he will load data. This is the one day process. Okay, next day again new data will come, next day again new data will come, right? Next day again new data will come of the all three region to the SQL database. Again he will extract data, right? Again he will extract data, again he will load data and load data into the data warehouse. This is a daily process that he will do it. This is a daily process he will do it. Clear? This is the ETL process. This is a common scenario of every industry, IT industry, it happen. So what is the work of the uh, every company happen? Suppose if you are in the bank also you are doing a transaction, all data storing, this data will be transformed and then it will be load. Same process also in the other domain also. If you go to the airline data also coming every day, it will store into the database, then it will load into the, it will transform, then it will load into data warehouse. So same concept of the ETL. This is the ETL process. What we will call it? This is a ETL process. This is the ETL, common ETL process. This is a high level architecture. This is a high level architecture for the every industry. Whenever you going to join any team, you will find the same process. Okay, suppose let's say there is a insurance company, they will get the everyday data. So what ETL developer will do, every day he will extract data, he will transform data, then he will load data, right? If you talk about any other industry, okay, every day you get a transaction, right? Without transaction there is no data, right? So it is not about only transaction, there could be the different data, right? Insurance data or medical data. If you are if your company is a medical company, okay, still you have a data for the medical purpose, right? Apart from that there are some policy data like policy bazaar company. If you look at the policy bazaar, they have also customer. So always think that every day, if how businesses work, without customer, without customer there is no business. Without customer there is no business. Okay, if there is a customer means it is a business. So matlab in every industry they have customer, that is why their business are running. Without customer there is no business. If you talk about any industry, airline, banking, insurance, any industry, there will be always customer. It means you will always get the customer data, you always get the transaction data in every domain. Okay, in medical also, in airline, in the insurance or airport data or shipping data, right? Everywhere you will get a customer data. So without customer there is no business. If there is no business means there is no data, right? Data is available because of the there is a business is happening, and if there is a happening in the business means because of the customer. Okay, if there is no customer means there will not be business. If there is no business means there will not be any data. Okay, this is all are depend on the each other. Okay, clear everyone? Are you clear about the ETL process?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so yeah, so this is all about the ETL. Now where the Power BI work, Power BI developer work will come here, where the Power BI responsibility will come here. So once data will load into the data warehouse, once data will load into the data warehouse, then Power BI developers will work will start. Then Power BI work will start. So let's say this is a Power BI. Okay, here is a Power BI developer is sitting here. Okay, and he opened the Power BI tool. So let's consider this is the tool. He open. He's sitting here. Now Power BI needed data to create a report. Power BI needed data to create report. What he will do? He will use the Power BI tool to connect with the data warehouse. Okay, and he will pull the data, and he will pull the data into the Power BI. He will pull the data into the Power BI. Once he get the data into the Power BI, then he can create a report. So where from data he will get? He will get from the data warehouse. In data warehouse we have a historical transaction. With data warehouse we have historical transaction. What could be the size of database? It will be the more than terabyte. It would be the more than, it would be the more than terabyte, right? It could be the zettabyte, it could be the petabyte. Okay, that is the size of the data warehouse, right? So this is the size of the data warehouse. So data warehouse store the historical data. What is the data warehouse? It store historical data, historical historical data, right? But in data mart it store only one day data. But in data mart it store only one day data. Suppose today any transaction happen in the India, only today's data will be available, and tomorrow if there is a new transaction will happen, so means yesterday transaction will remove and new transaction will start, right? So this is a data mart. We store the only day-to-day data, day-to-day data only. Okay, this is the all about. Okay, so you are not involved in this data process like ETL. Your work will be only as a Power BI to create data. Once data available in data warehouse, then only your work will start. Okay, so what kind of things you will create in Power BI? Power BI is used to create a report for the business. Power BI is used to create a report for the business. What is the business? Okay, so let's say in, let me delete this. So what kind of report will be generated for the business? So let's say CEO, there is a CEO. Let's consider we have one data warehouse and data is available in data warehouse. Okay, data warehouse, and we have data available in data warehouse. We have data available in data warehouse. There is a Citibank CEO. This is a Citibank CEO. He wanted to see daily how many transactions happen in the report. He wanted to see the number, how much transaction happen in particular year or particular month. Okay, he wanted to check report. Okay, so for that, Power BI developer, what he will do? Power BI developer or BI developer, okay, Power BI developer, he will create a report. He will create a report. How he will create report? He will first connect data with the data warehouse, and based on that he will create report. In the report, let's consider CEO wanted to see that how many credit card has been sold in the October month or September month. Okay, so for that, Power BI developer will create a report, and CEO can see that this is the number of this credit card has been sold and this month. Okay, then there could be the multiple report he will create as per the requirement from the CEO or the business. Okay, so mainly Power BI work is a work with the business. Mainly Power BI developer is work with the business only. Okay, he always been the front end. He always been the front end. So you need to talk with the client every day. Your work is a to talk every day with the client. Okay, client means suppose Citibank people is there. So Citibank people is our client. Okay, so client will be the Citibank people. They will give you requirement what they wanted to create a report. Okay, what they want in the report. They will tell you what they want in the report, and accordingly you will create a report. Okay, so it means if you are talking with the client, that you must have a at least little communication skill, uh, at least entry level. Okay, then you can improve automatically, but first initially you should have a just at least basic to have a communicate with the client. Okay, that is only required. So that would be the I think requirement for the Power BI developer. Okay, so here, okay, now we will talk about the Power BI components. Okay, so what are the components of the Power BI available? So let's say we have Power BI. What is that Power BI? Power BI is a business intelligence tool. Business business intelligence tool. Okay, what is used for that? It create a report or dashboard. It is used to create report or dashboard. Okay, it is used to create report or dashboards. In Power BI, there are multiple components available. Power BI has a multiple components. What are the components? One is a Power BI desktop. One is a Power BI desktop. One is a Power BI services. Power BI mobile. Okay, so that would be the main component. That is a Power BI desktop. Power BI services and Power BI mobile. Okay, what is the use of Power BI desktop? Using Power BI desktop, you will develop the report. Using Power BI desktop, you would be able to create dashboard or report. Okay, what is the use of Power BI service? Power BI service, it is used to store your report. Once you create report, how will you show to your client? So first you need to store into the Power BI service, and that link of the Power BI report you need to share with your client. So he will log into the Power BI service and he will see your dashboard. Okay, so Power BI service is used to as a repository. It will work. It will work as a repository. Okay, and Power BI mobile is for the to use for client, so that they could see your dashboard in mobile. In your mobile. Okay, so these are the work. Power BI desktop is a free of license. There is no license required. No license required. No license required. Okay. Power BI service require the licenses. It need license to use. Okay, and Power BI mobile also free. Okay, so it means Power BI desktop is a completely free. There is no license required, but Power BI services require the licenses. Okay, so this is all about the components of the Power BI. Okay, so how Power BI dashboard will look like when we create. So let me show you one example. Okay, let me just stop screen for a while. Okay, so let's see the dashboard now. How dashboard actually look like when you build a dashboard. Can you see my screen? Okay, you can see once you build a dashboard, your dashboard will be look like. Okay, this is a Hitachi Solutions company's dashboard. Okay, this is for the customer profitable analysis. So how much customer they receive the profit based on the customer. So they are doing an analysis based on the dashboard. Okay, so you can see there are some filters they added like 2014, how much they receive the customer, total count of customer, total revenue, total potential revenue, right? So if you click on the 2014, you will see how many customer they receive in the 2014, right? In actual revenue, how much they receive, potential revenue, how much they receive, industry revenue generation, loan purpose revenue generation, then segment revenue generation. So these are the, we can directly interact with the dashboard. Okay, so you can see if client can directly interact once you build a dashboard. So in 2016, if I click on this, you can see number of customers they receive in 2016, customer count 3, right? Actual revenue they got a $26,000. Industrial revenue wise, how much they receive the industrial revenue, then loan wise how much revenue they generate, then segment wise how much revenue they generate. Okay, so they can do the analysis based on the different charts, different segments or different categorical value. If they want to see that particular segment, suppose let's say for the gold or silver, so they will select the gold in 2016. So they could see now in the gold segment only how much they receive the revenue, right? So that they can themselves select particular type or filter, and they can interact with our dashboard when we build a dashboard. So dashboard building is our work. Okay, but they will use for the business purpose, for business decision. So based on that they can take the decision that they could use for the further business decision. So let's say they think that in the gold they have received, this is the revenue. What they can plan, they can plan for the 2020-23. They could focus more on the gold than silver, because they are getting a more revenue for the gold. In the silver they are getting a less, right? So they could make a strategy based on the dashboard. So this kind of dashboard we will be building going forward in using Power BI. Clear now everyone, what is the Power BI dashboards, all this? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
any question, any doubt? Okay, now we will talk about how our class will start work, and what you will be getting there. So this session, this training will be for the 3 month. In the training, okay, this will be period of the three month. Okay, in 3 months we will complete the, in 3 months we will complete the training with training with you can go on mute if anyone is there. So we will complete the training and with live project, real time, the project which, okay, can someone go on mute who is Sudarshan, can you go on mute? Okay, so we will complete the training with real time project. Okay, so what project I will be giving you? So this project which I built already in the my real time work. Okay, this project we will do together. so that you will get a hands-on. So it will be the banking project. One is the international airport project. Okay, and one will be the insurance project. Okay, so when you create your project by yourself, okay, all these things you will have a confidence. Okay, then only you will be able to you would be able to do the, I mean, you will have confidence that when you join to the company you could create a project and everything, right? You can create a dashboard, all this. So that would be the main thing for me, that with each and every one I will do, I will focus to that. You should be able to have confidence to create a build project from the scratch. Apart from that, um, I need to give, if any, actually it requires some SQL knowledge also. So I will provide some training on SQL. Okay, so that you will be aware about this, and I will give you notes also. So for this training, what I will provide the notes. Okay, for Power BI and SQL also. Okay. Then what is the remain? Okay, now there are some many people who are coming in this our call. Everyone have come from the reference, right? Because of their friend has joined any other company, because of that they came to join here, right? So you can discuss with them that what kind of they will be provided, I will be providing, and how it will be training. Okay, so you will understand all of these things. And I think if you have a background from the non technical, so you don't need to worry, because I will be covering the SQL also, and the Power BI definitely you will learn. But every day whatever I am teaching you, every day you need to do the practice. Otherwise what happen, some people come, they just watch the video, I mean they just attend the class, or sometimes they attend a class then they left, and they keep watching the video and they say that they don't do the practice. So every day whatever we are going through the in the class, every day you need to go through the, you need to do the practically by yourself. Okay, same thing what we have done in the session. Okay, clear? That would be the one of the things very necessary, mandatory. Okay, and regarding the fees, so before that I was not taking initially fees. I was mostly refer to take the fees, get a job, then pay fees, right? So this is still is running. I will be following only this one. So once you get a job, then only you can pay me. But what happened in the, since the last 1 2 batch, so mostly people join, they, mostly people are not serious. Okay, so only when they join there will be the 10 to 15 people, and then in the last day of the I mean day of the class, there will be only 3 to 4 or 5 people remain. So I think there are some of the, because of the lackness of the seriousness. So what I will do, I will be taking the initial registration fees. Okay, as a 10,000. So you could first you need to register with the 10,000, then you can join, so that you could continue. Okay, otherwise what happened, before that I was not taking anything. If even your friend know that I didn't take any fees initially, but now actually because of this reason I have to take the initial. Okay, uh, apart from that, what is remain? Uh, okay, so this is a 3 month training. It could go up to the please 15 days more for because of the project. Okay, but I will definitely give the guarantee that I can definitely give the guarantee, if you complete all classes, all training, definitely you will get a job. Definitely you will get a job 100%. That is a guarantee. If you attend daily, if you do the practice daily. Okay. And the minimum salary also here in the industry, I will um, confidently can say more than 50,000 monthly, at least you will get it. More than 50,000 monthly, at least you will get a salary. Okay, monthly, that is I'm sure. Okay, so that would be the structure, and we will be following. Any question on this? Anyone? Okay, so if there is no question, we can connect. So from the Monday, we will continue our session. Okay, so we'll start the Power BI. So whoever are interested, just ping me. So I will add into the group, and otherwise, I mean, we will continue. Okay, so yeah, we'll connect on the Monday. Bye.